Welcome, everybody, to the Top 5 Podcast, International Edition. First, let's start off with the roll call.
International. It is Dayman Nightman here. Hello.
Stupido Einsteiny is here.
And I'm Chalk Banana, number 3 pick in the Season 9 draft. Originally of your UCC Rebels, and now of your Philadelphia Phillies.
Not my
And here, crossing borders with the rest of the top 5, Leopold Pollersbeck, number 4, to your Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers this time. Messed it up last recording.
It's the Milwaukee Braves.
I don't think it is. You piece. I don't think that's correct. Who would say that? I can't imagine saying that. It's such a silly mistake.
Probably people who were in Milwaukee before like the 50s.
Yeah.
And you just heard the voice of our guest, Tomas. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I go by Tomathius Neillson on MLR. I am the international edition because I am from Ireland. And don't worry, you are not going to get used to the accent in the probably 4 hours I'm going to subject these fuckers to.
But you are going to make it the whole room uncomfortable if you stand up while listening to this podcast.
That is true, and I pity the lads because they're going to have to do so much bleeping and so much censoring because it's me. And as displayed when we went on that draft stream, and the first thing I said on the draft stream was a second trade has hit the trade Twin Towers. So, you know.
Wow. Is it funny? Is it funny yet? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, it's been 20 years. 22 years.
On my end, is that muted for everyone or just me?
I didn't hear him say anything. How are you doing, Stupido? How's your week been?
The FBI can't see through the spoiler. It's okay.
I cannot wait to not censor Tomas at any point. And
I'm just saying,
I'm not going to do
some stuff on Twitter, okay?
The only one that will... Hey, Dayman, you're somehow not in the whole thing.
I know.
No, let's go. We did this again.
Did you guys see that some dude from Goldman Sachs got indicted on insider trading with chats from Xbox 360? Guys, I'm not saying we should all be quivering in our boots, but I'm fucking terrified, lads.
Dude,
I did see that. I don't know how they got them. I am curious.
Well, I worked in the financial industry, and we were sad when AOL IM finally shut down because people were still using it in the financial industry.
Yes.
They'll never think to check AIM.
I'm sure the U.S. senators were very sad when AOL shut down.
Dude, they're just figuring out about the fucking telegraph.
I would be impressed if half the senators knew what AIM was.
Yeah.
Hey, those hospitals still be using the fax machine.
My wife works in the financial industry, and a lot of their processes are faxes and letters and all sorts of crap. They can't automate them because you have to keep them going. And they have to maintain them with like man hours of people working mail.
Yeah, they're legacy systems that only John, who's about 74 and occasionally gets called in to fix something, knows how to fix, and no one else knows how to fix it.
Yeah, that's the real impending financial crisis. It's not the commercial real estate. It's that all the people who understood how this shit worked, they're all dead. So,
could we weekend at Bernie's person?
Yeah, we've been doing it since the 90s.
Weekend at Bernie's John from IT who knows how to make.
Dude, so many people are getting fucking Weekend at Bernie's. We got Dianne Feinstein, who's probably been being Weekend at Bernie's for years at this point. We have John.
Big balls.
You're welcome.
Your wife?
I think it's a genetic thing.
What do you guys do there, Stupido? Is she like kicking you there? What is that?
I thought you said blue.
CBT.
Oh.
What?
TV.
What?
Hang on, let him think about it. Give him a second.
No.
Give him a second. He'll catch up.
People who
I'm not going to catch up. I don't know what CBT is.
People who don't understand.
It's so what it is it's a competitive balance tax. It's something that the Mets are really struggling with lately.
Yeah,
thank you.
The Mets have been really struggling with CBT lately. Just ask their fans; they'll tell you all about it.
God, you're
just ask Mrs. Met.
Make sure you use incognito.
I'm the only person who uses my computer. I don't give a shit. So, Tomas, why don't you tell us the story of your name before this goes down a whole bunch of rabbit holes?
Oh,
A whole bunch more rabbit holes.
The rabbit's hole has been gone down.
Oh, that's just. Is that like in Ireland? That's not a rabbit.
Hey, we've got rabbits here. I can't attest to any of their holes, but there's rabbits here.
They do exist.
So basically,
Lord.
my name is just a fancified version of my actual name, which I will obviously not be disclosing. However, Tomathius just sounds like a fancy version of Tomos, and I originally come from a... Please stop looking at my golf. I come from a community called UHC, which basically was Minecraft, where your health did not regenerate when your hearts were full, when your hunger was full. And there was a dude in that named Tomathius. And when I was creating my name for MLR, I said, man, that sounds like a fancier version of my name. And then I think that when I was looking at the scores for the European Championships, and I think Iceland were playing in a match, and every fucker in Iceland has son at the end of their name, so I was like, yeah, Neillson, that sounds realistic.
2016 Euros. Flashback.
No, not 2016. No, this was the qualifying for like 2020, whenever the hell. It's 2024. I don't know, man. Ireland have been doing awful. I haven't looked at that. I think they've got 2 points. I think they lost to Liechtenstein or something.
Don't worry, Iceland are marred in controversy. Yeah, that is CV. That is that.
Why does that need an acronym? Why does that need an acronym?
Because you don't want to sit around your kids.
I don't.
It's not just kids.
I don't think I need to be able to talk about it around my kids so much that I need an acronym that they won't understand.
Hey, that depends.
And it's quite obvious that my kids will understand this before I do, at least the acronym, because I would never in a million years have guessed cock and ball torture. That was not where I was going.
We're worried about.
Yeah, no, I got none.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Let's jump in a little bit more past the name stuff, because Tomas, I met you as a GM in FCB. That's where most of us encountered you first.
Yes.
What made you become a GM?
So it was a combination of, so when I was in season 8 FCB, I had Mark Shina, who is now on Oakland, was on Miami. He was my GM in FCB, and I have a lot of respect, and he did a great job of introducing me to the community, and I think that he was the best possible person to introduce me to the community, and I feel like my approach to things was very similar to him, and so I felt that if he is going to introduce me to the league like that, and I'm pretty confident that I can do the same thing, then I think it's only fair that I do my best to introduce people to the league in the same way I was introduced into the league, and just in general try and grow the league. Also, I got to represent my alma mater, which is not exactly easy to do, considering it's, an Irish university.
Indeed.
I think that would be the main reason. And also, I got to work with Pete, and I had gotten to know Pete from when they played Season 1 of Survivor. So I was also happy I got to work with Pete. And I think we did a good job with UCC. I was very happy where everyone got drafted. It's a big reason that I ended up doing the college retrospective for history, because I wanted to see just how well I did. If I'm 100%
Where did you put
honest,
yourself historically?
Fairly well.
So lads, you're not going to believe it. I've got the doc. Hold on.
Is it the best draft class ever?
Is this the best draft class ever? I don't know. However, I know Harvard was absolutely cracked out of their mind. So Harvard had got 95% of their roster drafted. There was only one person not drafted, and they were a ghost.
Yeah,
Harvard's name was Casper.
Nobody disappeared. Yeah.
His name wasn't actually Casper. But they weren't as highly drafted as Toledo or UCC. But regardless, in general, I think Season 9 FCB with the exception of week 4, was a great time, and it went pretty well for everybody. And oh Christ, I'm on 4th and 34. Christ above. Sorry, I'm representing Ireland in fake college football, and I fucked it, lads. I absolutely fucked it.
Known football nation, Ireland.
What happened in season 4? Session 4.
That was when there was a mild disagreement in the UCC clubhouse between people that should not have been done in public. Christ, I'm playing in the fuck! I forgot to hit the ball. Yeah, that was when there was a.
Okay. That's actually agreement. A crazy hit too. Jeez.
Yeah, that was actually a cracked putt. I also feel dumb for not realizing what you were saying before.
Don't worry about it.
I didn't realize that was a big deal. I guess
it wasn't that big of a deal, but I don't know. It was weird to me being the quote unquote adult in the room, but you know, it was a nice trial run of being a GM. I would recommend to anyone who wants to become a GM in MLR in the future to give FCB GMing a go. It is a great way to build rapport with people. It is a great way to keep up to date with autos, like I did. I definitely did an auto when I was GM. That definitely didn't happen.
I don't remember. Did we auto? I don't remember.
We did. We autoed once.
Hey, you know what? Once when we had like 6 people disappear is pretty good.
Yes, and also Katarina, who was a pitcher, kept having to pinch hit for us.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys have a lot of people like kind of dip out? Because we only had that one person.
We really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we so I checked.
Saying it was really rare for us to only have one person drop out.
So I went and checked. Every single person who sent like at least 15 messages in the UCC channel got drafted. Everyone who didn't get drafted was someone who either was Reddit only. In the case of Captain Trash's brother. And in general ghosted, or did what that oh Christ, what's his name? The Duster Velvet did, and quit Reddit in support of the Reddit protest. How'd that one go, bud?
I thought he said his account got banned. Is that what he did? Was he quit?
No, his account he couldn't use his account because he was only using third-party software, and he refused to use the main Reddit.
That I do remember that. That's correct. Thank you. Yeah,
you're fine. Which is, man, that's some hill to die on.
Yeah, anyway. Do you? But I mean, it does mean you can't play. So
yes.
Kind of can't play Reddit anymore. Yeah,
play. And it was funny because he hadn't given up even a hit. I think he was the best pitcher in the whole draft, and he quit.
He was active too. He was a fun dude.
Yeah, he was.
That's what was crazy about Ozuna too. Is he played 1 or maybe 2 games and didn't give up a hit?
Holy shit, I won!
And then just dipped.
Way to go, Thomas.
Well, they didn't golf.
Oh my god, it wasn't even close. Yeah, we do a lot of golfing here. We've got excellent weather for it. We've got the perfect combination of wind, muddy, grassy,
floating caterpillars just hanging around there cheering you on.
No, we don't have any hanging caterpillars in Ireland, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well.
Dogs? What do you need dogs for, Anna?
Bogs. Bogs.
Oh, bogs.
Wade?
Yes.
Yeah,
actually, so
Wade.
Fun fact.
Rest in peace.
So fun fact actually. The place where I live, Cork, obviously, in Irish is Kirkig. I said this in the UCC channel as a fun fact. Kirkig actually means marsh.
Just like the episodes of It's Always Sunny where the gang goes to Ireland and Dee sinks in a bog. I know nobody on this fucking podcast understands
No one watches that show, David.
I don't care what you say. The audience likes it.
Don't worry. I understand.
I think
but the problem is...
That was me. That was me. I was using my anger.
See, the problem with the It's Always Sunny gang going to Ireland is it's never fucking sunny here.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little ironic.
I don't know how sunny it gets in Philadelphia.
I mean,
it's sunny. I guarantee it's sunnier than Ireland.
It's not referring to the weather, but also the way that they choose to go to Ireland is because they get super drunk and they start trying to pick. They're like, we should go on vacation because we got a monkey to run the bar, so we should go on vacation. And they can't decide on where to go, so they're like, okay, everybody write down places you want to go. and we'll draw one, and the first two places are colors. So then they start doing like adjectives, and they come up with Monkey
Dayman,
Beer Island of.
You've sold me. I'm going to go start binge watching the show right now. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, they wake up the next day. The monkey has robbed them and sexually assaulted them, and they realize that the adjectives that they picked spells out Monkey Beer Island of Green and Fight, and they realize that monkey beer is just whiskey and beer mixed together, and the monkey got them shit-faced hammered so he could rob them and the aforementioned sexual assault. And so they're like, oh shit, that's Ireland. Anyways.
When you Weekend at Bernie's the monkey?
No, but the monkey does die, and its carcass is found later in a subsequent episode. There's a lot of carcasses in the bar.
You are not in the hole.
You're not in the hole.
Who's on the hole?
You are not.
You're on the hole. Yeah. You're daymanning the hole.
Yeah, you're daymanning.
When you dayman the holes, when you linger right on the edge and just get
I'm
just tease it.
I'm in the hole on my skin.
You were
not
hole
on my screen.
You weren't. I know it looked like you were.
Don't worry about it, buddy.
Okay,
it happens to me at least 3 times we play putt-putt. It wouldn't be a putt-putt party without me getting to the edge of the hole.
Is it a putt-putt party?
Yeah,
definitely
P for a putt-putt. It's a putt-putt party, P. You never do that to your cat? You know what I'm talking about?
So outside of the,
what if I had a cat?
Outside of the, I guess regrettable session 4 incident, what was the best part of FCB season 9 for you?
I think the best part was seeing it all actually come together and having a clubhouse that was actually active. Because, as I joked to Mark, when I was on Purdue, it was misery. Purdue was myself and Sterling, and that was it. There was nobody else talking on Purdue. So the fact that I managed to get a clubhouse that was actually active, both in the clubhouse and in the general channels, the fact that I got to do an Irish word of the day. I don't know. I didn't expect to enjoy it. I expected to enjoy it, obviously, but I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. But it was just really cool to see everyone. It was really cool to see everyone come together, have an actual team chemistry, have people supporting everyone. Like when Jimothy gave up 7 runs and then started shit talking in game discussion. Like imagine striking out to someone who gave up 7 runs. Like that's great.
Shout out Jimothy.
I miss Jimothy. She was great.
Shout out Jimothy.
On my minor league team, great draft pickup, I will say.
She is hilarious.
We they made an emoji of her cat in the Cleveland server that pretty much gets used on like almost every single message now.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was great. Like, it just the ability to maintain, the ability to maintain such a high like morale in spite of the fact of giving up that many runs, and then doing it again the next time they went out, and then being like, "Yeah, I'll be a closer." That was great. I was delighted. But
put me in the high leverage situations, of course.
Yeah,
why wouldn't you?
Damn.
But yeah, I just think that like, are you stuck in an infinite loop?
Are you really?
He fucking is, dude. He's fucking stuck. This is amazing.
See if you can.
Ironically, I'm having a stroke watching this.
Okay, that didn't do anything. I tried to put a bumper in it. It didn't help somehow.
Hang on, I actually might be able. Oh no, I tried.
There is there's a timer. So.
Oh wait, hold on.
There is a timer.
Hold on. Oh,
I think it's counting strokes for you too.
No, it is. That's why I said I'm having a stroke looking at this.
It's about 75.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Stupido will not be winning this tournament.
I think this is one stroke. It's not counting these as seperate strokes.
Oh no! I'm looking at a 44 at the top.
34?
I don't
You're on
see
45
it.
for me.
I'm looking at
the 30s.
5.
So
110.
while we wait this last 30 seconds, you guys come here.
Sorry to derail the show.
Yeah, sorry to derail, but this is great.
Tomas, we have a really good clubhouse, and you and Pete.
Yeah, we did.
A great job.
We really did. I was ecstatic. Yeah, I mean that was really it. I was just glad that it all worked out. I was really happy that people. I'm really happy I didn't have to do a lot of input on scouting, or like just in general help people set it up. I'm glad that because last season I made the Purdue scouting because we actually had access to the at-bat logs.
Right.
And so I was able to just import them from a sheet. I know
that would have been nice.
Yeah, because you guys did it all manually.
Yeah, it sucked.
So did we. That's
we weren't able to have access.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was due to session 4. Anyway,
nice.
Not session 4 directly, but that entire situation.
I asked for access well before session 4.
Yeah,
they're like,
no, just that entire general situation is no one could get access to anything to do with the bot. But it happened. I'm gonna get a +2 again. I didn't.
This is the worst fucking set of holes.
Oh no, I've seen this one before. This is like all RNG. But yeah, so I was glad that some people still took the initiative. I thought it was really cool that someone set up like an FCB wide stats sheet for everybody to use, and that a lot of people on different teams kind of came together to work on that. It was nice that there was still some camaraderie in FCB in spite of the fact that every team still wanted to win, etc., etc.
We hated Harvard.
And yet we gave you the stats, so you're welcome.
Who was the other guy you worked on that with, Dayman?
Me and
I used them.
CT. Shout out CT.
Shout out CT.
Almost a lawyer bailiff.
Shout out CT.
Shout out CT. Just got his second.
A bailiff, expert on bird law.
Yeah,
and shout out to Zan just for being such a good audience
member.
Oh
yeah, shout out Zan. We haven't. It's far too long into this podcast.
Also, I was requested to shout out IOE for winning MLR Survivor Season 1. I told him I would do that. Shout out to that too.
Shout out to actually. Well, why don't we hop into it? What caused you to create Survivor?
So,
where'd that come from?
This goes back to how I met my wife. Not how I met your mother.
Or your brother.
I met my wife through Discord survivors. I've hosted.
You met your wife on Discord?
Yes, I met my wife on Discord.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing.
Nice.
I know. Who could have?
Yeah, that was a wow. Nice, isn't like I don't.
Yeah, you did. You wouldn't think it was possible, but
I'm impressed.
AOL Instant Messenger. Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, hold on.
In like 1997.
Double first place.
2001.
Oh, that's not. Those are not the same score. How is it double first place? Oh, yes, they are.
Tomas and Dayman.
Yes.
You guys won. Good job.
Oh, did we? Oh, cool.
Tied for first at drop 1.
So sorry,
I'm just talking.
We get chastised for talking about the game instead of listening to the guest.
No, you're fine.
You met your wife on Discord Survivor.
Yes. So I have hosted 7 on Celestial, 8 on Reeds, 4 Royale seasons. I've hosted 19 seasons of Survivor.
Holy shit!
And I've played 37.
Did you start it?
It's a few.
Did I? Sorry, say it again.
Like, are you the person who founded Discord Survivor?
Oh Christ, no! I showed up during COVID. There was people playing these since 2017.
You've done 19 games of Survivor since COVID?
No, I've played 37. Hosted 19.
Wow.
There was times when I was playing 6 at once. I feel the need to clarify. This was prime COVID, stuck inside. You're not allowed to go outside.
What does outside look like?
I barely can fucking play one.
What is outside like?
I can barely keep track of MLR at this point.
Well, rumor on the street is... I don't know what outside is. Have you seen MLR history? We'll get to that later. I don't know what outside is.
We do have questions around that too.
Yeah, we'll get to that later, but outside, never heard of her. Outsider,
how many servers do you have? How many servers do you have on Discord right now? Like how many
servers? I tell you what, I'm going to answer that in a better way. How many Discord Survivor servers am I in? Solely to send an advertisement link once a day. I'm not. I won't count out loud for everyone, but I will count real quick.
You might as well count out loud. People are
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh, wow.
16, 17, 18, 19,
Oh,
20,
okay.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37.
Alright, this is a little...
38, 39, 40, 41, 42,
Okay,
43,
well,
44,
this might have
45,
crossed
46,
into
47,
mental
48,
illness
49, 50,
territory.
51, 52,
I think
53,
this is an
54,
obsession.
55, 56, 57,
Okay,
58,
let's-
59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. Oh,
Nice.
Is
Did
it
he break up?
69? Is it really
69?
It's 69.
Nice.
And this
course it
podcast
is.
is brought to you by Counting. Download
By
our
the
counting
counting
bot.
Yeah, the counting bot is just me going 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Through 69.
1 through 69. You'll
Those
have
are
to
the only
subscribe
numbers
to
that
the
matter
premium
anyways.
option to get any higher number than that.
Don't need it.
Don't need any higher number than
So
that.
that's just to send adverts about.
That's just to send adverts. I've played in a couple of those. If you want me to really get into it, I have a stat sheet. I have a sheet of all the stats of all the Survivor orgs I've played. That's how
Okay.
much of a nerd
Oh,
I am.
oh,
I
God.
have a sheet that tells you how much I have played. I have only won twice. I've gotten a couple of seconds. I've played with my wife 3 times. We started off this.
I'm
Congratulations.
sure that went
How's
very
your
well.
wife done?
My wife won a season. My wife has won. My wife has a better win rate than me. But she doesn't play them anymore. And to be honest, I have just to make it even worse. A reminder that I've played 37. I haven't played one in almost 14 months.
Jeez.
I played
Jesus.
37
A dry
in like
spell.
2 years.
What do you have a job? Can you? I don't even know. Can you?
The answer.
You
So
didn't.
ironically, the answer is if we had done this podcast last week, the answer would be no. But I got a job this week.
Hey!
Uh,
Is it
Hats off to
professionally
Tomas for
running
getting a
Discord
job.
servers for
It's
Survivor?
not. It's actually
It's already-
It's actually in cybersecurity.
Awesome.
I'll be working
Awesome.
in cybersecurity in aviation out by the airport near where I live.
Is that? Do you have like training in cybersecurity?
Go on, Tomas. Dox
Do I have
yourself.
training in
the
cybersecurity?
airport.
No, I have a bachelor's degree in data science and analytics.
Okay.
It's the main reason that I got into baseball in general as an Irishman, is because baseball is just a lot of numbers, man. It's just a lot of numbers.
It is
The
definitely
numbers,
a lot of numbers.
Tomas. What do they
And I
mean?
like numbers. So
Can you say Irish which fuck?
Irish
okay.
an Irish wristwatch?
Yeah.
Irish
I can't
wristwatch?
say it.
Irishman saying it better than
How
Dayman,
about if
but
I said
Dayman is a little different.
333,333?
Oh.
Is that
Okay,
better?
now say Aaron. Now say Aaron had an iron urn.
Aaron had an iron urn.
I
Iron
think
had
we're gonna need
an
to
iron.
hose out the Hobbit hole.
Iron urn. No, say Aaron had an iron urn.
What if I say what about if I say competitive balance tax?
That's the name of the podcast. What are you talking about? That's our sponsor.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Competitive balance
Never mind,
tax.
I'm done.
The top
The
5
podcast.
podcast sponsored by the competitive balance.
MLR Fantasy.
Competitive balance tax.
And
Done.
MLR
Done.
Fantasy. We got you, stupid.
My streak
Oh,
of podcast
okay.
names has been broken up at 2.
Yeah, that was a good run, though. It was a good run.
It was.
Yeah.
Time to take
Honestly,
this farm
guys,
upstage.
I got one more in
for
me.
taking
Karl
me
Malone.
for taking me on the podcast. You kind of deserve. You kind of deserve it.
No Karl Malone jokes. Thanks.
I got.
Oh, it's
I got,
okay.
I got one more in
the,
me.
I've got the
Where?
calendar.
Why did we bring up Karl Malone?
Is
I
that
don't
the Karl
know,
Malone, but I
but-
got one more in me?
Okay,
No,
Or is that a
he's
different basketball player? Is that
He's
Vince
the
Carter?
age is just a number.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
dude
he's
who
the
after
middleman.
scoring he's the
He
dude who
definitely
after
delivers.
scoring after scoring 50 points at the age of 37 said age is just a number.
Which has
Yeah.
aged very horribly.
Oh, naturally.
Pun
Is it
intended
Vince
on the
Carter who
age.
said I got one more in me? I think that's who it was. Anyway, call me Vince
Is
Carter.
Vince Carter also gross? Because I liked Vince.
No, Vince Carter's
Vince
the one
Carter's
who's
fine.
the Vince Carter's the one with the chest bump going. I got one more in me.
Yeah, Vince Carter's fine.
Yes, but does that mean he's got like, I don't know, some sort of weird fetish thing that?
No,
is
he just.
inappropriate?
I think he has
No,
a fetish
not
for
playing another
humiliation because
season.
he played like 27 seasons in the NBA and he was playing with
Yeah.
some dog shit Raptors teams by the end of
Well,
it.
God,
and he was
you're
also
so true.
not in his prime.
Even even Vince Carter in his prime, with all due respect to Vince Carter, who was a great basketball player, it's not like he was carrying franchises.
Yeah, I mean, you're not. Yeah.
I feel the need to clarify. I do not know ball, okay, lads. I don't know ball. I don't know a ball. I honestly, if you told me a basketball was in the shape of a football, I might believe you. I don't know ball.
I've heard him say this joke 2 times in the past 2 days.
It's true. I said it yesterday while we were playing OW.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you were playing a game called OW?
OW being Overwatch, for those who are...
Kirby. The land of Kirby.
So, outside of imposing competitive balance taxes, do you have a favorite challenge that you inflict on the cast of survivors when you run a game?
That is a good question, because there's been so many good ones that I've come up with and that my wife has come up with. So there's one called Echo
These are Leo's contributions.
The survivor questions were both mine.
I have a challenge that I came up with called Echo Espionage. And so it's a tribe challenge.
I haven't done this one, so maybe we'll do it.
No, you haven't done this one, and I'm not going to make you do this one because...
Oh, it's tribe. Too small.
It's a tribe challenge, and
need more people.
You need more people. Now, it can be done as a solo challenge, but I prefer it as a tribe challenge. So, the way it works is one person has access to the alphabet, essentially. So, the alphabet is different sound effects for each letter. So, for example, in the season, we did it in a Stardew Valley season. So, we took sound effects from Stardew Valley and assigned them to a letter of the alphabet. And then we got both teams to
Is everyone else frozen, or is that just me?
I'm also frozen.
Everyone's frozen.
Okay, cool. So you got both teams to...
So both teams come up with a 6-letter... It can be just random characters. It doesn't have to be a word. And so what happens then is once they've chosen their, jumble of letters... I will edit together what that sounds like in a continuous 6-sound thing. And so one person has access to that message, that MP4 file, with the sound of the 6 letters back to back. And everyone else on the tribe has access to the alphabet and what each one sounds like. And so you get to hear people go, yeah, it sounds like ba-ding, ding, ding, as they try and explain what it sounds like.
Also, everybody leave the activity really fast.
Yeah, refresh. And
it'll work. Leave it and come back in, because we're already playing again.
And the best rule of all that I came up with is I banned muting. You're not allowed mute. So you have to try and get everyone to shut up at the same time to try and communicate. Or otherwise everyone's going to keep talking over each other, and if someone mutes, it's a 1-minute penalty.
Man, this sounds fun. I wish I didn't get eliminated from Survivor in week 5.
What are some other good ones?
What got Leo?
What happened?
I just got voted out.
Voted out.
I just got voted out. I didn't get thrown out for... Well, I almost got thrown out for a rule violation, but I didn't do the rule violation, so...
Man, what a shit show. What a shit show that was. Christ.
It's really cool because my partner is gone from everywhere. And
it's gone from the internet, apparently.
Pretty much.
Okay, what's happening?
They had to protect their NSFW Reddit. Okay, come on now. No? Nobody? Okay. Somebody will make that joke funny.
Well, it's not a joke, it's true. I know it's true, but yeah.
So why are we not telling stories on the podcast where we talk about stuff? What happened?
I can't talk about that story, Chuck, I'm afraid.
We cannot talk about that story.
I have been sworn to secrecy.
To look it up myself now.
Oh my God.
I don't think you do.
I don't think you do.
No.
I don't think you do.
I think I might.
I was the partner of this person in Survivor, and I barely have the information.
Anyways, people
lacking the critical information. Anyways, I think I'm going to cheat. I'm going to give you a few challenges because I enjoy talking about challenges. The other good one that my wife came up with, this one, is called a underwater Google Doc hunt. And so what it was is we created a Google Doc a Google Sheet to be more specific. A Google Sheet that looks like an underwater scene. So it's, the background is blue, there's coral, stuff like that. And what we did is we hid letters in there, so like it was a blue black background, and then a slightly off blue had a letter hidden somewhere in there. And what you have to do is you have to search the whole doc to find all the letters, and then unscramble them into a phrase.
Wow.
But what I like,
consuming to make.
Well, yeah, it's all time consuming. Like.
Yeah.
Yo, this is
unfortunately, I cannot divulge what Final Immunity is because Dayman's here. If Dayman wasn't here, I could divulge just how much of a psychopath I am.
But that's
unfortunately
lovely.
I
How
can't.
many people are left? 5?
No, yeah, 5. Oh Christ, is Tribal gonna happen during this?
Well, not because you're here.
Did you guys vote? You did. Did they?
Kurt can handle it. Kurt's got it.
Bro.
Kurt will be
Kurt's
fine.
dead. I don't know what happened to Kurt.
That is hilarious for you
gone?
to say because, like, nobody has seen them in.
Well, no, I know for a fact because I asked Kenny, because Kenny asked me. Kenny was like, "Have you seen Kurt?" And I was like, "He hadn't said shit in MLR Survivor in like a week." He asked to go on hiatus in the Rangers server, so something's up. I don't know what's up, but he's busy with stuff. So
I hope Kurt as well. Shout out Kurt.
Shout out Kurt. Hope you're doing okay, friend.
I had Radcow helping me, Kevin, and then Matt came along and helped at the end. So yeah, we're going well. We've only one challenge left to make, so you know. That one challenge is a bit of a doozy, but at least I've only got one left, and then it's a case of setting up, you know, all of the channels for the jury. And then I am taking an extended break from doing MLR Survivor because it's definitely after burning me out a little bit, because for context, the other Survivor I host, Celestial Rift, I have 10 hosts in that. And I've been doing MLR Survivor basically on my own since Season 1, for the most part.
You're telling me that you require multiple hosts and not just you during the entirety of Season 1?
No, in Season 1 it was just me. It was never not just me. Oh, what the fuck is that?
I was an unlovable ball, so you couldn't be near me.
That's unfortunate.
Sorry about that.
Something competitive balance tax.
Yeah, exactly.
So
like Kinsey's skill.
So when you're running this, do you like do the whole like schmoozy hosting stuff, or you just like is it just the game?
No.
How Jeff Probst are you?
I have a lot of fun with episode titles.
Damn, that's fucking cold, dude. Damn. Oh, get sauced! Get absolutely sauced!
I have a lot of fun with episode titles, and I have a lot of fun baiting people with results. For example, I love doing stuff like, you know, oh, Pittsburgh had the fastest time. Unfortunately, they had 7 mistakes, so they're in last. Telling people to, you know, drop your, instead of saying you normally on a swap you say drop your buffs, and I'll go drop your expectations. You're not swapping. You're stuck in these things for another little bit. Just that kind of stuff. I have a lot of fun with that. I enjoy when people make stupid mistakes. It is a lot of fun to watch tragedies play out in real time. Watching the entire Charlotte debacle play out at F6 was a Shakespearean tragedy.
Dude.
As I watched Florida have an idol and watch Charlotte go, yeah, we'll play an idol on you, and I'm going, oh god,
they played the shit out of them. The next week when they played their fucking idol, we were just like, dude, did Charlotte really play their fucking idol on a team who just didn't tell them that they had one? Like, oh my god.
What?
Yeah, that was...
Okay, can I get a little context? Because I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about.
Okay, so what an idol does is an idol negates all votes cast for a team.
Yeah. So if you have an idol, you have to play it before tribal, but then you're safe. But nobody obviously knows you were going to play it, so like if a bunch of people vote for you, like all the votes get negated, and then someone who gets voted for like one team will get voted out.
Okay, so like an idol, like it protects you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what the fuck is happening? I'm so confused.
Wind.
So then Charlotte.
So Charlotte played an idol on a different team, and then got voted out in the same week because funky music.
So you can use an idol to protect another team.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
And then it fucked them because
they got voted.
And then the other team still had their own idol.
Because basically people were suspect that they were gonna do that, so like they cut a bunch. Like there was like a specific way you can vote, and it tied. So then, like, there's a revote, and the fucking conversation of them trying to convince people not to vote for them after they... I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I can say this next part.
Oh, okay. I will follow it up by talking about a story of a time I was in a revote, because this isn't what Charlotte did, but essentially, what happened to me was I was in a revote where there was an idol... There was... half idols. Look, lads, it's sometimes the Discord community is a bit crazy. And so it negated half the votes cast against both players. And so the person hosting messed up on their counting, and so they declared that I was voted out of the game. So I told everyone in the game they were being little bitches and to stop being such crybabies.
Oh wow.
And then the host announced we're actually in a revote. So I had just told the whole game to basically go fuck themselves. And then he's like...
Yeah.
Actually, you're still in for a little longer.
Actually, now you need to convince people not to vote for you. Go ahead.
My response was, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah,
I died 10-0.
There was definitely a Shakespearean tragedy going on with our revote, just the conversation of how it went down. Yeah. Because, like, the factions were really clear, and it was just, like, two teams that were going to decide it. And just the things that were said to convince them to vote for one team over the other were, let's just say, not very convincing. Like, I don't really know what else to say. Like don't be mean. Like, don't be mean to someone. Don't be mean to someone when you need their vote, is what I'll say.
Arrows are fucked up. I can't.
I know, whoever did that needs to go fuck them.
We manage. We're managing.
Somehow I manage by my
Why would one team play its idol for another team?
Because they want to save their ally. Like, if you're like,
yes,
oh, there's two of us and three other people, I'll use my idol to protect you. It'll negate their 3 votes, and our 2 votes will vote someone out of their alliance. And then it'll be 2-2, and we're going to have to figure out how to get around that. But that's next week's problem.
I feel the need to clarify just in case. When Dayman says next week, it is next week in the game, but it's like 2 days later in real life.
Sorry. Next vote.
Yes, next vote. How long has it been going on? It's been going on since before the draft. Put it that way.
Since like...
Correct.
I thought has been going on since like FCB sessions even.
Yeah, that's my point. Like, I think it's been going on since FCB.
Like session 2 to 4, maybe.
Well, I got my something partner, like that. And I think my partner just joined the server, and I think that was like session 3-ish. So.
Yeah.
All right, fuck it, lads. I'm just gonna flake the ball. We'll see where it goes.
CBT.
Just
gonna flick the ball.
Chalk perks up.
I'm going to change this off of Survivor here real quick, if that's okay, because I wanted to talk about your MLR history project too.
Yes.
All of us wanted to. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about, what you're doing with MLR history, where you're at now, where it's going, that sort of stuff?
So basically, when was this? This was probably July, maybe June. There was a discussion. Bollocks. There was a discussion about copy pastas in general of MLR. I was looking back in the past at past copy pastas because some of them were amazing, and I've gone through some of them on the iceberg I made, but just the sheer dumbassery in some of the copy pastas kind of inspired me. Some of them, home run Hitler.
That one is really funny.
But yeah, there's so many of them that were so good that I was kind of inspired to just look further into MLR history, and I was curious. I heard from Kenny that the Rangers were the Angels, and I was trying to figure out
how did mine not go in? Why didn't mine go in? That's fucking horse shit.
Watch out, Dayman. This is your favorite hole.
This is Dayman's favorite hole. Let's go.
One time I got like a 20 on this hole because I got stuck on the fucking spring.
Hey man, I'm just glad you've got a favorite hole.
I mean, who else but Quagmire?
Oh no.
We're gonna get copyrighted for that.
We're into the family right joke. Or Family Guy jokes.
Jesus.
Family right. I don't know. History. Probably something related to history.
Yes, so Kenny was explaining to me that the Angels became the Rangers. And so the very first project I did was actually way back in February, when it wasn't, officially MLR history. And what I did is I accumulated the franchise history of each team because I was curious. And did you guys know that the Mets were the Brewers were the Mets in season 1?
I know that there's like some insane.
I did.
Like
what's the Mariners? Like the Mariners weren't always the Mariners either, right?
So that one's a little bit more complicated. Basically, the Mariners lost everyone on their team, and so they folded. But if I remember correctly, like the season 3 New York Yankees consisted of like 2/3 of the Mariners. For official purposes, they're not originally the Mariners, but in practical purposes, they are. But they're considered 2 separate franchises according to I asked Milo, who was not necessarily the previous history dude, but he's been here since season 1, and he had the original franchise history one, so I asked for his opinion, and he said leave them as separate because I've considered them separate. And I said,
fair.
I trust your judgment.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, like, what are your sources on this? Like, how do you get those? You going back and reading Discords? Like, what are you doing?
Yes, I am. So okay, well, for the franchise history and for a lot of stuff, thankfully, if you do dot sheets or dot rosters, I think, or dot roosters if you're feeling fancy, in MLR, you get all of the previous sheets.
Right.
I think got a hole-in-one on every hole. How the fuck did you? Oh, I didn't get a hole-in-one on every hole.
We did the exact same thing.
That's impressive. Anyways, so through that, there's a lot of information. So there's every single match history. There's every single run scoring history. There's so much stuff on those sheets. They are genuinely immaculately retained and kept up to date, with the notable exception that Cincinnati is spelt wrong in season 6. But who's keeping track? Me. I am.
You.
Literally you. I think that's the whole project.
I am.
Right
Cincinnati
there.
is spelt wrong in season 6, which is weird because I think Isaac was OOTC at the time and running it and on Cincinnati, which is interesting.
That doesn't guarantee spelling.
It doesn't, but it heavily implies it. Anyway, so for the most part, that's the kind of stuff I'm doing, is I'm basically going back, I'm looking at the old MLR sheets, and I'm trying to gather all of the necessary information. So, for basically the first 3 seasons, Milo had done the franchise history of the first 3 seasons. And then after that, it was just a case of going back in the Discord and having a look at how the whole Angels, Cleveland, Texas swap had kind of gone down. And then about 2 or 3 months ago, I decided that not only was I going to track franchise history, but I was also going to track I guess, branding history in a sense of like colors. So if you check the franchise sheet now, I actually changed it so that each season has whatever kind of color scheme the team went by that season, with the exception of season 9, because I chose my own colors for season 9 because on the official season 9 doc, for example, Arizona is still purple and blue, and Boston is still red. So the Boston Yellow Sox are yellow on my on my sheet. But yeah, so that was the. Go for it
quickly. I fucking hate this course. I never want to fucking play this course again.
I think I've gotten the +2 on every single hole.
I see that, Dayman. You're sitting at 8, but I'm at fucking 6, and I'm pissed about it. I'm sorry, Thomas. I'm
Got
sorry.
a hole in one on
You're
that
fine.
one.
I've also said your name about 3 different ways in this podcast. I'm also
That's
sorry.
fine. You'll get it right eventually.
I got it right in the beginning.
You did.
Before we started recording.
100%.
Never again.
No, you did. Yeah, never again. No, you blew it on the. You blew it in the pre-recording. It's over.
That's kind of where my best work is before it gets started. So
yeah,
I feel bad for your wife.
Competitive balance tax. I hate when I finish prematurely on the competitive balance tax.
Steve Cohen would like a word.
I don't know how anyone could ever finish from the competitive balance tax. That's just
ask again, like he said. Just ask Steve Cohen.
You think?
Ask me.
Yeah, I'd say Steve Cohen. Jesus, man. Ask the New York Mets ground crew.
That was something last night.
I really try to excuse some of these
Watching competitive balance tax all over the
conspiracy theories
field.
bullshit, but that really is suspect to me. That's really fucked up.
Within the 9th when and the rain delay and shit. Is that what you guys are talking
Oh,
about?
they didn't have the fucking cover on the field for like 4 days of rain or something too.
Interesting. That does, I feel you. Like, I tend not to really believe that
it's
shit
all a
either,
big
but you're
plot
like,
against the Miami Marlins.
yeah, it's like
well, I mean, the thing is, you think they thrive in the rain.
You would think.
Anyway,
Because
MLR
they're
history.
They swim to first base.
It doesn't rain salt water, Thomas. Or maybe at least not here. I don't know what it's like.
They use
I
salt
mean,
to the Mets
fresh
fans
water.
too.
What about in Salt Lake City? Just saying.
I'm in a
Oh, that's not going to be.
fucking
That's
kick,
going to be like toxic.
Yeah, like
Drink
arsenic
it pretty soon.
filled shit from the lake drying up.
Thanks, guys. That's making me feel.
I live in the area too. That's not going to be good for where I live either. It won't be bad for where I live, but it's not going to be good.
Your Salt Lake City Bees.
I almost went to a Salt Lake City. I almost went to a Salt Lake City Bees game, just out of morbid curiosity to watch Joe Adele go off.
What's the deal with Joe Adele? Because wasn't he supposed to be amazing?
He's
and then
bad.
he's like.
My understanding is that basically, the Angels brought him up too soon and shit on his development.
Well, it's a good thing they learned that and didn't call up like 3 of the youngest players in the majors this year.
Yes.
Well, at the same time, that dude's on like a 30. That dude's on like a 30 on base streak. He's cracked.
I understand. I'm
But
just
like,
like,
you know,
different.
it's not like they've
Oh, no, I
wasted 2
understand the
generational
sentiment.
talents or anything.
Christ, no, they wouldn't.
Okay,
Who would
listen.
do that?
They're trying to a degree. They bought Anthony Rendon, and he's terrible. All right,
And been injured
honestly,
for
they're
2
the only
years and
team
trying to
No
fight.
hablo inglés. No hablo inglés.
they're the only team that's worse at signing free agents than the Cardinals.
I'm sorry. That's an
I don't know. The
objective
Mariners
false
are pretty
fact.
fucking terrible
The
at doing
Rockies
that shit.
exist.
Once again, incorrect, guys. The Rockies are right fucking
The
there.
Rockies.
They're right there.
They're awful.
They bought Chris Bryant. The dude didn't hit a home run at Coors last year. Oh, he could hit a fucking home run at Coors.
Do I need to link the foolish baseball video about the Rockies where they signed 8 players for $253 million who put up a combined -8 WAR?
Well, I wasn't even watching baseball in 2017, and I could tell you Ian Desmond was shit. All right,
Everybody called that out. I got to
come on.
look.
I mean,
I'm in a bit of
shortstop
recency
and center
bias
field
because
turn
the
first
Cardinals have
base.
kind of been shit for a while. In free agency, at free agency. And
okay.
I'm still in my first losing season.
I was just about to say,
dude,
15 years. It's
get
hard.
in the fucking bus,
hard.
dude. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Things are
I don't give a
Things
shit.
are so bad. We didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Our season was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you
really,
still like wiping off after Thomas said the 30 thing?
Oh, I'm wiping off all right.
Yeah.
guys, I'm sick of this team wasting generational talent from a pitcher and a hitter. I mean, Judge and Cole have been doing them. They're losing 9-0 to the Royals in the bottom of the third. Oh God,
The Royals swept the Astros, so respect the Royals. They got Cole Ragans, and all they did, they fleeced us for
is fire.
I know, and we can't believe we got Aroldis Chapman. I hate him, and every time he pitches, I want to throw up.
Aroldis Chapman cannot pitch more consecutive days. That's just the issue. He's a fucking old man.
Well, yeah, but the issue is we don't have a bullpen, so he kind of needs to.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Like,
I mean,
he needs to be able to pitch back.
Didn't have a bullpen.
Yeah. Well.
No, he's not helping. He's not contributing.
I mean, he blew the save last night.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that. He's pretty good at the whole not throwing strikes thing. It's kind of crazy.
Dude, what was insane was that he basically walked the bases loaded, and then they swapped, and immediately got 2 outs. I was like, God damn it. Keep it Chapman,
yeah, Jonathan Hernandez. It's crazy, because Jonathan Hernandez is just the right-handed Aroldis Chapman.
Well,
except
the Mariners live and die by the
103.
platoon splits, so... But, like...
Yeah, why else would Dylan Moore have a job at this point?
Dude, it's fucking... I'd like to think that, like, I'm stupid and they know more than me, but, like, I just don't understand it. Like, I'm sure that somebody will probably correct me.
That's how being a baseball manager works, is they probably know more than you, who watches every other game sometimes.
Hey, I watch every game.
But okay,
that doesn't mean you make every right decision, though. Like,
okay, on the one hand, yes. On the other hand, who would you rather have out there? Ubaldo Jimenez or Zach Britton? That's all I'm saying, boys. That's all I'm saying.
Listen.
Decisions were made, alright?
Is that an Orioles reference?
It is.
Yes. In
Buck Showalter, right?
Yes.
Former Rocky.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now, Buck? Fucking God.
Yeah, the Mariners will do that shit where they're just like,
Former
this guy hits
Jimenez.
hits lefties like slightly better, and it's like, okay, but that person's also on like an 0 for 30 streak. Like, come on now.
Like, Andres
respect
Munoz does
Dylan
throw
Moore.
174 miles an hour, but like, what if we put Matt Brash out there to walk the bases loaded? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
What if we just did that instead?
Matt Brash is the right-handed Aroldis Chapman, like for real though.
Yeah.
Look, I will always have a soft spot for Matt Brash because in my OOTP 23 save, he won the Cy Young in 2024
No
somehow.
fucking way, dude.
Gross.
Are you insane? That's
Did you make him a stopper?
Insane.
No, he was still a fucking reliever.
Yeah, but did you make him a stopper, like the reliever role? Stopper.
No, I just hit the automate roster.
Thanks,
Oh my
Tupito.
God.
Thanks.
Oh,
Fucking hate all of you.
What did he do?
We picked this map.
We're on
Like,
this course again.
we fucking just voted the last second. God, did you see that?
Man.
I literally went from one entire side all the way to the other to get the 2. That's fucking
If I wanted to
insane.
gamble like this, I would have become a fan of the Las Vegas Athletics. I mean, Christ, like.
That's uncalled.
The Las Vegas Athletics. That team is so bad.
And yet somehow...
I'm stuck.
I need to get back to our questions here because I'm getting pissy about this goddamn course.
I'm stuck.
What's the best
I don't know
little
how
nugget
I'm
you've got
stuck. I'm stuck.
from your history project, Tomas?
What's the best nugget I got? I think it's the fact that the Padres have a negative run differential of about negative 76 million against the Dodgers. Sorry, I got that wrong. It's minus 31.
It's not great.
Wow.
Not great. Not ideal.
Because there was a couple of discrepancies in this. Unfortunately for the Padres, I double checked this one, and it is minus 31. They have lost.
That didn't help. Well, did it help?
It was a good idea. No, it didn't do anything.
Yes.
I'm helping.
Wait.
I'm kind of helping.
No.
That's CBT. Yeah. Let's go, and then you hit my black hole bumper, and it's gonna send you back.
It's working. It's working.
You got it, buddy.
-2.
You got it.
-2.
Let's go.
We take -2.
I got a big ball and it's gas giant. Here we go.
Something
into the +2
balance tax.
Something competitive balance.
So yeah, I think the fact that a team has I know, as well as that, I think the fact that the Brewers have a +1 run differential over the Pirates. Sorry, a -2. They have a -2 run differential against the Pirates.
How many games?
And yet their record against the Pirates is
bad.
3-11.
Yep.
Wow.
Huh.
Sometimes baseball just be like that.
How do you have a 3-11 record and are up in the run differential by 2?
Easy. You get a lot of close losses and then a blowout win.
Well, yeah, but like,
you're not supposed to explain how it happens.
You're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
Leo's a fucking murderer. He killed that joke so fast.
Also, another.
I killed the imagination.
Another fun fact. Did you guys know that Lemon is technically in the Hall of Fame?
Because
I did not know that, Tomas. Thank you for sharing.
Is it an alt or something? Like what? How? Explain.
But they got nominated. They got voted in before the lemoning happened.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Now they've been taken out of the Hall of Fame retroactively, but still, the fact they got in the first place is great.
I don't know that you get to take them out of. I mean, who decided that they did that? Was that like
I had this discussion with Zelk in DMs. My opinion is you can't really just take them out of the Hall of Fame. You voted them in there. You kind of made your bed. You gotta lie in it now.
The Hall is a history. It's not like it's not a flattering mirror all the time.
Well, okay, you know what? That's another good point.
Fucking hate this.
Let me figure out if I can talk. Oh yeah, I mean, I think I can say this. So I was asked. So as you guys may know, as well as everything else, I've also taken over the transactions channel.
Right.
Because I am
I can see that, and I don't know if I should be able to or not.
Yeah,
but
you can.
You should be able to.
You should be able to see transactions. There's also a transaction log channel for media members.
GM.
I think that's what I see.
Yeah, that's fine. If you're a media member, you can see that. That's fine.
I am, so that I can post this award-winning podcast.
Yes, that is perfectly fine.
I just gave it to
one
us.
Of
them. It's best podcast of MLS.
No, I think it's best clearance of the competitive balance tax.
We clear it pretty regularly.
I feel like we can't name it that anymore because that joke has been kicked in the balls.
I get it. That's a good one.
I think I'm funny.
That's appropriate.
All right, we are ending the near of time, so.
Oh, okay.
We should continue talking about this history.
We got more questions. It's 20 after 9 here. Do you guys need? I don't know.
We got a little bit. I'm just saying. We got a little bit. I'm just saying.
Okay, we're around an hour, is what you're saying.
We're getting into the longer range of episodes.
Yeah, that's.
I told you guys 4 hours. I told you. I warned you.
See,
I gave you
we
pre-warning.
don't mind that, but like, we have audience people.
No,
the viewers.
I understand that.
And unfortunately, nothing to mute out yet.
I can change that. That too. Yemen is a.
Wow, we really need to cut this shit out.
I told you, man. This entire last section is going to have to get cut out, but that's fine.
How have you been adjusting to the States?
How have I been
hard and fun?
Okay, so unfortunately, I'm not in the States.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm still in Ireland.
We were playing Overwatch until 5:30 a.m. his time,
and I had 200 ping. It was great. But so basically, the way it works is, so I got married in June.
Yes.
And
in
so
the United
because
States,
of that,
you were in the West Coast, right?
Yes, I was in Utah.
Mountain
Time, gang!
However, there's two ways of becoming a U.S. To get a green card. There's something called, there's the default way of getting married and staying in the country with a visa. However, you can only do that if you have a visa that allows you to stay here for longer than 90 days. And in order for me to get into the US, I needed a There's a visa waiver program with Ireland and the US where I don't need a visa to stay in the US as a tourist for less than 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
However, because of that, it also means I have to go back to Ireland and I have to go through something called consular processing, which is essentially the first form I fill out will go through the US government, the US ICS to be specific, US Immigration Services. However, once that form is complete and processed, which, by the way, should take 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, that sounds
naturally.
That sounds like
things are not done quickly in that regard.
Once that gets processed, instead of the next form getting processed by the US government again, it actually gets sent to the US Embassy in Dublin, in Ireland. And so I won't have to go. I can't go to the US for the next probably 9 to 12 months. I have to stay in Ireland, and I'm essentially at the whims of the US bureaucracy and the US Embassy in Dublin for whenever they decide to process my form. And so, unfortunately, I am stuck in Ireland for another year or so. Our guess is that I should be in the US by like maybe worst case scenario, maybe June or July of 2024.
Dude, that sucks.
Not to mention that it's going to cost $1,500 to file the full thing.
That sounds like America. Wow. Rock, flag, and eagle.
They make you do all that. They make you pay all that money, file all that, and they can -2, -1, -1, -1. Anyway, they can just tell you, you know what? No, we're going to need more evidence. And if they need more evidence, it will delay it about 2 to 3 months. Now, to make sure that I had enough evidence, we sent off my form with over 100 files attached to it, which was photos of us, our different trips that we've been on. There's a couple of vet bills, because that was really the only bills I've been able to contribute to, is there's a couple of vet bills that I've paid for the cats. There's stuff like that, me sending her money on PayPal for things just to show that because you can open a bank account in the US unless you pay for a bill, and you can't pay for a bill unless you open a bank account. That's cool.
Yeah.
The deadly
I've had similar problems in Germany.
Yeah,
there.
it's super fun. But yeah, so unfortunately, I am stuck here until June, July or so. But the good thing is, once I have my green card, I have my green card. And once I've got my green card, I'm essentially a US citizen, with the exception that I cannot vote. And once I've been in the US for 5 years, I can register to become a citizen, take the citizenship test, which we have done in the past.
We took it in the FCB.
We took the citizenship test at 2 a.m. in FCB.
Yes, we did.
It was amazing.
It was, I think, what, 4
because
people?
some of the questions are legitimately, who is the president of the United States?
Yeah, and then some of them are really hard. Like, who is your senator? Which most people don't know.
Yeah.
Including me.
Mine's this
I'm trying to think of who your senators
Mine's
are.
this absolute fuckhead named Jim.
Honestly, man, that's like 90%. That's like 90% of
his
them.
name is literally Crapo. It literally spells
Cruz,
Crapo.
and who else?
Oh Christ, Ted Cruz. That one's pretty bad. I'll give you that one.
Who else is the senator from Texas, Leo?
Dan Crenshaw, maybe. I don't know. He might be.
He's a congressman.
He might be in government. I would have to look it up. I don't know who they are. I'm gonna be honest.
I got the wonderful Tim Scott.
Fuck!
I couldn't say who the second one is.
Is Tim Scott your district?
Well, senators are over the whole state.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like 2 Senate districts, right?
Yeah, no.
No. There's no Senate district. Statewide.
Yeah, there's no districts. I don't believe for.
I was gonna say.
Will I make everyone depressed and say that I know who the 2 senators are from the state I will be living in?
Well, yeah, you have to.
Well, it's not Dianne Feinstein anymore, so.
Well, it maybe is. She's just at a party, bro.
It has not been 20 years. I don't even think it is.
Honestly, man, you could. No, here's the thing. You could tell me it was 20 years, and I might believe you. Have they been Weekend at Bernieing her for 20 years? Who knows?
Yeah.
I would believe
Very
that.
possible.
I know mine are Bob Casey, who's not going to run for re-election.
Mine
John
are
Fetterman.
Mike Lee
John
and
Hornet.
noted 2008 or noted 2012 presidential candidate Mitt Romney.
But isn't he?
That's what does.
Isn't he retiring or no?
He is retiring, but as it stands, he is still the representative.
Why did I think you were moving
Senator,
to Washington or like Seattle? Is it just because you like the Mariners and I made that connection?
That's probably what it is. A reminder that I'm a psychopath and that I support a team who is 8 hours away from me in a time zone. And I stayed up for the entire 18-inning Mariners-Astros game last year. Watched every single pitch just to watch Jeremy Pena walk it off at 5 in the morning. I fucked off to bed.
Yeah.
Jerry Pena.
I feel like I fucked off the bed as well.
Jeremy Pena. What? I said it right?
It's funny, though, because Jerry Pena is somehow funnier than Jeremy.
It is.
Jeremy Pena?
80s mustache.
Jeremy Pena?
So,
Jerry
where's
Pena.
your job? Is your job in Ireland, or is the job?
Yeah, so my job is in Ireland. So my job will be a hybrid job. So I'll be working 2 days at home. I'll be working 3 days at the airport. And the airport's only like 20 minutes away from my house. So that's
So what happens when you go to the States?
I'll get a new job.
I quit.
He'll do this thing called quitting.
I leave.
Do they know that?
Loud quitting, not quiet quitting.
Christ, no.
Oh, God.
I had 174 rejection emails from companies. If you think I'm volunteering any information to these fuckers, they aren't getting an ounce of it.
Is it a shitty
Do you know what
job
they
market
think?
in Ireland
They
right
think my girlfriend is coming to visit over Christmas.
Oh, okay. What is actually happening?
But my wife is coming over Christmas.
Oh, so okay. That's what I
My wife.
Guys, I think I gotta go. I'm tired. Apparently, I'm not picking up on shit.
Well, this would be a good time to wrap it up, maybe.
Yeah, this would probably be a good time to wrap it up because I dragged everyone on for 7 hours. My
My
apologies.
girlfriend is currently waiting for me as well, so I've already pissed her off.
Oh, I'm stuck in the hole, aren't
You're
I?
Finish
I
the
was gonna
hole.
say,
There
Tomas,
you
get in the hole.
Yeah, I was in the thing where I was in the hole again.
It's okay, buddy.
In the hole
Good way to
again?
end.
I'm
All right,
glad
thank
that
you
we
very much,
covered.
Tomas,
Oh,
for coming and regaling us with your knowledge, your insights,
Irishness.
your political views.
I'm glad
and
we could cover such broad topics like Survivor, MLR history,
Here it comes.
CBT.
competitive balance tax,
Dianne Feinstein.
Weekend at Bernie's, and of course, Dayman's favorite hole.
Of course.
And 9/11.
Yes.
Choc Banana's favorite hole. Choc Banana's favorite.
Favorite course.
Oh, and sorry, we've had a late edition. Kenny has just asked me to not tell you guys about the Texas Redacted. That is all. Good night.
Noted.
Good talk.
Right.
Thanks, Kenny, for hopping in.
Thanks, Kenny.
Shout out to Kenny.
Noted.
I guess we've never really set
Former
up so that
podcast
people
guest
couldn't
NDP.
get back into this while we're recording another podcast. That's a possibility.
Where is he?
That is a
Never thought about
possibility.
that.
We should lock this voice channel because somebody totally could just fucking join and just say like the N word and then
That
leave
would
and
be
just like
hilarious.
ruin that
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Okay, maybe not,
All right,
maybe
so
not that part, but
on
somebody
that
joining
note,
would be
we're going to
hilarious.
go ahead and improve our security measures. And thank you again, Thomas.